Okay, so you're steering down the barrel of the MRCEM OSCE. We get it. The pressure is absolutely immense. It's tough, and on top of that, the cost of all those study guides and courses, it can be just overwhelming. But what if I told you that you can actually build a top-tier, winning study plan without spending a dime? Seriously, let's get into it.
I mean, that's the million-dollar question, right? It's probably the thing keeping you up at night. You know you need high-quality prep, but your wallet is screaming no. Well, you can relax, because that is exactly what we are going to solve today. I'm going to lay out a complete battle plan using only the best free resources out there. And here's our game plan. Think of this as your personal roadmap to success. First, we'll build a solid foundation with the core texts. Then, we'll dive into the art of patient communication. After that, we're perfecting those hands-on examination skills. And to finish, we'll load up your digital toolkit with the absolute best blogs and videos to give you that winning edge. All right, first things first. You can't build a house on shaky ground, and you can't ace the OSCE without a rock-solid foundation. And for us, that foundation starts with a couple of incredible books that are, and you're gonna love this, completely free. So these two books are basically the twin pillars of your entire study plan. The 125 OSCEs books, well, people call it the Holy Grail for a reason. It's just phenomenal for getting a handle on the common stations and really nailing your communication. And right beside it, OSCEs for the FRCEM is another absolute workhorse. Now, here's the one thing you've got to remember. These books are gold for teaching you structure, the how-to. But some of the specific medical guidelines might be a little out of date. So use them as your foundation, but always cross-reference with the latest clinical info. Okay, with that foundation in place, let's talk about what is, quite possibly, the single most important skill in the OSCE, communication. This is where you show you're more than just a walking textbook. It's all about how you actually connect with another human being. And this right here, this says it all. You and I, we're trained to think in terms like myocardial infarction, but your patient, they just need to understand that there's a blockage of blood flow to the heart muscle. Being able to make that leap, to translate, is what separates the people who pass from the people who fly through with amazing marks. It's huge. So how do you get good at this? Easy. You use these two absolute power tools. First, nhs.uk should be your best friend. It has simple, clear explanations for just about everything. And then there's patient.info, which is like a secret weapon. You've got the patient page with everything in simple, easy-to-understand language, perfect for you to practice your explanations. Then you just click over to the doctor page to get the hardcore professional guidelines. Seriously, using these two sites together is a total game changer. And it's not just about explaining the medicine. It's about showing real empathy. I want you to do something for me right now. Open a new document on your computer and title it Empathy Bank. Every single time you hear a killer phrase like this one, you write it down. A phrase like this shows you're their partner. It's 1,000 times better than just a flat, I'm sorry. Okay, we've talked about books, we talked about communication. Now let's get into the practical, hands-on skills. In any examination station, the key to staying cool under pressure is having an unshakable framework you can always fall back on. And we call that framework the skeleton of the station. Now listen up, because this idea is huge. Medical guidelines, they change. New research comes out. But the fundamental structure of a cardiovascular exam or a respiratory exam, that stuff almost never changes. Once you master this skeleton, you will always know what to do next, no matter what they throw at you. And this is what that skeleton looks like. See? It's a pattern, and it's repeatable for pretty much any exam. You introduce yourself and get consent. You look, you feel and tap, you listen, you do your special tests, and then you put it all together. Burn this sequence in your brain. I'm telling you, when the pressure's on, this will be your lifeline. Of course, the best way to learn this stuff is to see it. And for that, video is king. The Oxford examination videos are amazing for procedures, for your ATL stations. Just, be ready for some pop-up ads. But for super clear, no-nonsense videos on both exams and communication, Geeky Medics and Brum League videos are just top-notch. Watch them on the bus, watch them while you eat. Just absorb everything you can. Okay, we're in the home stretch. For our final section, let's get into the extra bits and pieces, the digital tools that will add that final layer of polish and really make you stand out on exam day. So think of these as your pro tools. The St. Emmeline's blog is brilliant for really deep diving on how different stations are structured. And you should also check out blogs like Life in the Fast Lane, or even specific ones like Ortho Bullets for their topics. You never know what gems you'll find. And here's a pro tip for communication. Don't just search for OSCE videos.
Go on YouTube and look up GP, PLAB, or UKMLA consultations. It is an absolute goldmine for hearing natural British phrasing and for adding more lines to your empathy bank. And of course, the Emergency Medicine Academy is another great video resource to bookmark. Okay, let's take a breath. We have covered a ton of ground here. Books, websites, videos, blogs, a lot. But if I can get you to walk away from this remembering just a few key things, I want it to be these. Number 1, structure is absolutely everything. Master that skeleton for every station. Number 2, translate, don't just recite. Use those amazing patient-facing websites to learn how to speak your patient's language. And number 3, and this is the big one, a powerful, effective exam cursing study plan does not have to be expensive. You just need to know where to find the right free resources. So there you have it, a complete roadmap, a full strategy to help you ace the MRCEM OSCE, and it's all built on free, high-quality, proven resources. The entire path is laid out right in front of you. So the only question left is, what's the first step you're going to take? Which one of these resources are you going to check out today?